video, we're gonna be going into cold email outreach and also LinkedIn outreach. And let me just start by saying that, doing cold outreach through LinkedIn or through email, whatever the means, is definitely not what I'm recommending as a means of kind of growing your consultancy business. However, it's a place to start, and it's, the place that I started. If you don't have any resources or you don't have the money to start advertising, this is the way that you can get started with no more than just a cell phone and a list of prospects to reach out to. And that's really one of the advantages of really starting a consultancy business, is that the barriers to entry are very, very low, and that there are no excuses for just getting started straight out the gate. So what I'm gonna be showing you now is called email outreach templates, and also what you can do on LinkedIn to really start to reach out to prospects and get them engaged and start up a sales dialogue. Cold emails. So cold email is a fantastic way to start basically building a list of outbound leads without using money to advertise. So the very first step in this process is to first identify and to build a list of people that you're going to reach out to. Now, I do not suggest that you do this yourself, as it's not generally the best use of your time. I suggest that you use a site like Fiverr or Odesk or one of these freelancing sites to basically identify who are the people that you want to reach out to. So it might be financial planners in New York, or dentists in a certain suburb, or that you're servicing. And you basically want to task that up on one of these websites and get a third party to go out there and start to build that list on a Google Sheet and start to put in like contacts of their first name and their business name and also their email addresses. So you can do that from directories, you can do it from Google, whatever the way it might be. The person that you're reaching out to is simply tasked up with the job of you saying, I want a list of financial planners that are in New York, or dentists that are in New Jersey, or wellness coach that are in Melbourne. Whatever the thing that may be, and you make sure that they're basically populating that list for you. So once you've got that kind of hashed away and you've got your list, that's when you move into how are you gonna basically load that list up to a service that's gonna do cold outreach email for you. Now, one that I recommend using, however, there are many of them, but the one I suggest using is quickmail.io. And basically what that allows you to do is load up a whole list of prospects with their name, their first name, their last name, and their business name, or their website, whatever the different parameters that you're gonna be wanting to be using in this cold email outreach. And what I'm gonna be walking you through now is my proven template for cold outreach that really floods your inbox with warm leads. So what you really want to do is you wanna load it up, and this is the message that you wanna literally cut and paste straight into QuickMail, and it will do all the grunt work and the heavy lifting for you. So it starts off by the email that you can see up on your screen. So the first email goes out a day, and the subject line for that email is package ? Then the overall goal of a subject line is to get the email open. You do not want to basically use that as a telltale to exactly what that email is about or what its goal is to do. The specific goal of a subject line is to simply get the email open at all costs. Hence why we've used a bit of curiosity around there saying package ? People like receiving packages, and if there's a package that is just for them, they're certainly gonna want to know. So that's the whole reason the subject line is crafted as such. It goes on and you can see it says first name. So when you get that broker to really go through and start to populate that list for you using on one of these freelancing websites, there will be a column that has first name, and it will just pull everybody's first name into this email, and it will customize every single one to the email that you're sending out. So it looks like personalized, and you'll get much greater cut through. Then it goes in to say, look, I've found some problems with your website, your AdWords, your Facebook, your ads, your press coverage, etc. You simply just want to insert whatever it is that you're emailing them about. Then it goes on saying, I'd like to send through a package containing a summary. Can you just spend 5 minutes with it? Reply with a quick yes or no. So it's a nice, short, personalized email, you know? It's not demanding too much of that person's time. It's also short, customized, and personal, meaning that you'll get a greater much cut through and a much higher reply rate. It's really important that you think about what each part of this purpose is to deliver. So the subject line is delivering purely a get and open, and then the email copy is designed to get a reply. We're not trying to sell someone straight out the gate here. We're just trying to get a reply to then engage into a conversation with those people. And the whole way that that email is structured is in a way to just elicit a reply. Now then, going on that day one, the email goes out, and with QuickMail, it's fantastic. It's very easy to use, and all of these kind of cold outreach tools are really, really good. Basically, you program it. I want this email to go on day one, and then I want the second email to go out on day 3, day 5, day 10, and you can just put it in there and it just goes to work for you, like a workhorse, you know? And if people reply to those emails, it immediately pulls them out of the sequence so they don't get the following emails, which is really handy as well. So the second email goes on to, this is for people that haven't obviously replied to that first email. This is subject, let's connect. So I put in there in there as is like a reply type of thing. It's already an email chain. It's already up and open, and people are most likely to open up an email that's already had some communication going through it before. Again, it opens up, hi first name, Alex Obando here from UHM Digital, whatever your name is. I understand that you're no doubt very busy. However, I'm just following up on the previous email that I just sent you. Let's have a quick chat to go over some ideas I have for your site, or again, whatever it is that you're talking about. You know, their Facebook, their fitness regimen, whatever it is that you're cold emailing about. I've got a few quick fixes that, you know, can solve some insert common problems that, you know, that market is experiencing. So I've still got 2 openings in my calendar for this week. So go ahead and check them out here with a link to Calendly. So Calendly is a service that basically allows you to put in pre-filled times of when you're actually available to make a call or when you're available for a meeting. And you know, if anybody ever sent out an email trying to organize a time or have a meeting with someone, it's like this forever ending whirlpool of kind of going back and forth with what times work. This solves all of that, you know? It's just a link that they can pick a time that works for them best, and it's very simple to use. So again, let's look at this email. Again, the subject line is designed to get an open rate. And then the email copy is also illustrating that we are very, very clear on not putting too much of a burden on them, right? We're not going and calling them with all of our agendas. We're saying, look, I understand that you're really, really busy. This is only gonna take a second of your time. I'm here to solve this big problem and achieve this big thing that you really want, and you can book in on these 2 times. I've still got 2 openings. By saying there's 2 openings, what does that do? It basically creates scarcity and creates some value in saying there's only two options. Let me go check out what those options are. And it also proves some social proof that you're, getting busy and your calendars are filling up because people are replying to you. So again, that's what that email is. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing long. It's really short and punchy. And it has a specific goal in place, which is to get a reply or get them to book in on that Calendly link. That email goes out on day 3, so we've given them 2 days of kind of breathing room, They still haven't got a reply, and then we're hitting them again with a little bit of a touch up, right? Then as we go through, there's another email on here that goes out on day 8. You'll notice that we've kind of increased the time now. We don't want to hammer them too much where they get frustrated, but we still want to keep top of mind and still kind of poke them and get their attention. Now, this one's a little bit more aggressive. The subject on this line is one, problem. Everybody wants to know what their problem is. It's very hard to leave an email unopened that says problem in it. Again, the subject line of this email is designed purely to get the open. That's the number one thing that we're concerned with, because if the email doesn't get opened, it doesn't matter what's in it. They've never ever gonna see it if it doesn't get open. So moving on to the body copy on this one. Again, it inserts their first name. I know things can get crazy with everyday runnings of the business or whatever it is, the everyday runnings of your life. However, as it currently stands, you still have some alarming issues and problems with insert whatever the thing that you're emailing them about that need to be addressed. This is why you don't have desired result of what they're trying to basically get accomplished. Whether it's clients, to get leaner or whatever it might be. And then it goes on, let's have a quick chat and go over how we can stop you from experiencing the big problem in that marketplace. You can grab some time here, alright? So let's have a look at this email in greater detail. So first of all, it's addressing and it's showing that, we understand the problems that that market is facing by saying, I know that things can get crazy with the day-to-day runnings of your business or the day-to-day runnings of your life. However, as it stands, you still have some alarming issues. We're using the word alarming to really get their attention and to agitate that state that they're in so that they can take some action and do the thing that we're asking them to do in the email. And then we're saying that there's some issues and some problems that are associated with this thing that we're emailing about, right? Which also dials up the curiosity in the entry. There's some problems with your Google AdWords account, and there's some alarming issues with your Facebook ads, or with your website complaints, or with the copyright notice on your website, or whatever it is that you're emailing them about. And it prompts for a response. Again, you can grab some time here on my Calendly link and giving them a link to that again. Cheers, and then your name. Very informal. It's not really stuffy. It's the way that you would receive an email from a friend, right? Which brings us now to the 4th email. Now, this is going to be on the 14th day. So 2 weeks passed when you first send that first outreach email. And that's just what's needed, right? It's needed. You need to gonna follow up on people in order to get that desired outcome that you're really shooting for. So again, Let's look at the subject line on this one. That guy. Dials up the intrigue. Who is that guy? Am I that guy? Is there a photo of that guy in the email? Let me see what all the fuzz is about. And it's designed purely to get the open rate, right? So then it comes in hi first name. I don't want to be that guy who keeps sending unwanted email follow-ups. Again, it's just addressing that you don't want to be that person, right? You've got better things to do with your time, and then it leads on to say, please let me know if you're interested in this big benefit that you're emailing them about, and I'll take you off my list of companies to check in with. Thank you, and then your name. Again, this one's really strong and gets a huge reply rate, purely because you're just saying, look, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to heckle you. If this isn't something that you're interested in, just let me know and I'll take you off my list, okay? When they do reply to this, you will take them. It will automatically remove it from that list. However, also, you don't just want to kind of wave the white flag and give up on that point, you know? This is a great point to say, like, is there any interest, or that you're not, you know? Interested is a big benefit, or, you know, it's surely worth 2 minutes of your time just to bring up this conversation, and I can run you through what your competitors are doing or anything to get to that person on the phone. So what you can do is see through basic 4 email outreach sequence that allows you to basically, you will get lots of real good replies, will get lots of people booking in on your calendar, lots of them warm leads, flooding your inbox, and it's really a lot better than just straight out cold calling, because, you know, you're going into the call when it's warm and it's just ice cold straight up. So what you want to do is look at this process and look at this template and customize it where they need to be. Please don't make these emails any longer than the templates that you can see here. You need to be respectful of that prospect's time, and this has to be tested in terms of what is the best length of an email to get an elicitor response. And this is something that I have perfected from sending thousands and thousands of emails. So it's really a paint by numbers. Go in there, feel free to customize it as you need to be. Otherwise, plug it in and rock and roll, and your inbox will be getting flooded with warm leads. So just to recap, all you really want to be doing is looking at how can you make it about them, right? And how can you provide value? You'll notice that with these email outreaches, that we're not just asking to get on the phone and deliver a sales pitch. We're reaching out to them and saying that we've got something of value that they want, or a checklist that we've identified some problems, and we're going to give them something in exchange for their time. So this cold email outreach is really a way to kind of populate a list and then automate a lot of this grunt work for you, right? So moving forward, be on to this. Let's look at some of the different other kind of cold outreach templates that we can use, and the methods that we can just use as LinkedIn or one-to-one email. So first of all, with the one-to-one emails, that's gonna work differently, right? So we're taking about creating Loom videos to those people and then outreaching one by one to those people with those videos. This is something that you can't do just through a bulk of thing like quick mail. So you will need to do that one by one. It's a little bit more time consuming and tedious. However, the cut through is even a lot stronger. Now, let's look at LinkedIn as a medium to do cold outreach. Now, it's definitely a little bit of a different beast to email. Now, what I suggest that you want to do is you want to have a look at, you know, what is the kind of title of person, or what is the market that they're operating in that you're really wanting to go out there and that you're really gonna want to prospect to. So It might be financial planners or wellness coaches. It could be, dentists, doctors, IT companies. It really doesn't matter. And basically, have a look at that to the geography that you're reaching out to. Don't just have it as anybody across the whole world, That's just not targeted enough, and it's gonna create a whole bunch of problems with the zones and jumping on cold. So think about the geography that you want to service, and then I recommend adding 20 to 30 people on LinkedIn that are in that niche and that are in that geography per day. And the reason why LinkedIn is really good is because as you start to add a lot of people in those networks, people are gonna say, oh, they've contacted this person, or I've got this first connection that person, or a second connection to that person. And that serves as a social proof that you're connected and that you're obviously involved in that industry in some way. Then what you want to do is, once those people are adding you, then you want to basically create a Loom video, and you want to send it to them like as in a message link on LinkedIn. So you can still use the same email template, but just customize it a little bit for that channel and for that medium. Saying like, hey, thanks for the connection and the segue into that cold outreach email. And you can just include a link to that Loom video that, they can just watch. And the other beautiful thing about Loom is that you get an email notification once somebody watches that. And again, short, personal, all about them, all about delivering value, which is covered in that Loom video with the call to action of booking into your calendar. So, it's a little bit of a different beast. So I suggest trying all of these different mediums and finding what gets you the highest cut through and what gets you the best result. And it's not about doing one and not the other, You want to have multiple different irons into the fire, so to speak. So you might say on Monday to Tuesday, just do calling. Then on Wednesday, we could do email outreach. And then on Thursday and Friday, I'm just gonna go on LinkedIn, and you wanna see and track where you're getting the best results, and then focus your time and energy on those different mediums that you're getting the most success of. Now, the action item for this video is to download my razor sharp cold email templates right now and put them to work. Get your list compiled, deploy it, get those emails firing out, and you'll be getting replies. You'll be getting bookings on your calendar, and you'll have a client before you even know it.